getting ready to do the Vibe on Vibes tour, and I
Yep.
wanted to know more about it and how did that even come into play.
So if for those that don't know, like I said, my name is Nick LaVelle. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. Um, been doing music for a minute, so it's like you asked how I came about that situation. Just relationship building, being an artist up and coming. I did the Millennium Tour. So when I was on that tour, I was building relationships with a lot of the artists. And, all the artists were doing things behind closed, like they were doing things behind the scenes to get themselves ready for like the next step after the tour.
Hmm.
I've had a relationship with Eric Bellinger. When I was in college, I used to throw events and I had booked him for an event because I used to be a party promoter. So had a relationship with him, his management team, and I had already developed a relationship with Sammy on tour, but I was already cool with him prior to it. So when we got on tour, it was just all love. And then when they announced it, he asked me if I wanted to come on tour with him, and it was like, oh shit, this is a blessing. Like, yeah, let's get it.
Yeah, that's pretty dope. And have you started the tour yet? Because first off, I seen the list, and it is going to be a very like long tour. You're hitting a lot of cool places.
Yeah,
But has it already started?
March 11th.
March 11th. So that's the kickoff tour, and that's the kickoff of it. And I saw that you were actually visiting Houston in April.
Yeah, April 13th. That's actually my birthday weekend. So my birthday is the 11th. So I'm gonna celebrate
Nice.
for like 2 weeks. I'm gonna do LA. We're gonna do Phoenix, and then we're gonna do Wednesday. That Wednesday in Houston. Junior, my son lives there. So
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
I had got a apartment, little condo out there like about a year ago. But I've been in
Oh,
Houston
mhm.
so much within these past within the last year. I've been in Houston a lot. I was in Houston like a week and a half ago. Cause we
Wow.
move, I'll be there a lot. Business, working with artists. I was
Mhm.
doing a record with XO, one of the producers
Okay.
out of there. So
Yeah. I'm familiar with EXO. Cool guy.
yeah.
But this is not the only tour that you've done. I was on your page and saw the Tripolar tour.
Oh, word. Okay, yeah,
It
yeah, yeah.
kind of reminded me of like a genuine, like a
That was like my first. Okay, so my first tour I ever did was with Armand and Trey.
Mhm.
And they from Detroit, but they've been all over. They actually was out in Houston as well, and they were like really big on YouTube, and they had a big YouTube following, and they were really they are really dope, talented artists. So I did a tour with them first. That was like a 24 city tour, and that was like all over the country. We was doing small venues like 150
Mhm.
people each venue. That was a dope vibe. Then the following year, just elevating and progressing. I had got the opportunity to go on tour with Anne Marie. That was the Tripolar tour. So it was
Mm.
her and Vito. So we were on
Okay.
that tour. And actually Vito was on. He was on Armand and Trey tour too. He was on that tour for a couple of days as well. So yeah, he was doing his thing with with Anne Marie. That was a
Mhm.
Tripolar tour. And then after that joint, I went on tour with Jacquees. And like
Okay.
I said, I'm just growing every time. Just keep elevating. And then I ended up doing Millennium Tour. Just, every year trying to be bigger and better. That was the
Right.
goal.
You can't go wrong with that. And like you said earlier, it's about building relationships. So we gotta check out this Vibes on Vibes tour because I want to see what that experience would be like. But
Yeah.
let's tap into this song that you have. It's called Bad Bitch. That's your newest single, correct?
Yes, it is. Yeah. New single produced by Max Taylor, kid out of
Okay.
Minnesota. He doing his thing. Um, wrote the whole song by myself, just trying different shit. You know, being an R&B artist and a rapper, trying to
Mhm.
bring it all together, categorize myself, trap R&B, making moves. I just wanted to cater to the women and still, make it fun type shit.
Mhm. And about that sound, so you consider your genre trap R&B.
Trap R&B, yeah. I mean, I got, because I do both. I rap and sing. So,
Right, I heard
yeah,
that.
so it's like, what do we call that? I used to, I'm a rap singer, trap R&B artist. So,
Right.
Gotta switch it up.
That's facts. I've only heard maybe about three people that I would consider trap R&B, but I definitely think it's a genre that needs to be, broadcasted more because it's dope. I heard a
Who
lot
would
of
you
your music.
consider? Who would you say is like trap R&B for you?
Okay, I know this is crazy, but in my opinion, I feel like T-Pain kind of introduced the trap R&B. Now he does have more of a pop song, but he had songs where he was like hardcore that I don't think a lot of people know about, and I've never considered him just a flat R&B guy anyway. So I would say trap R&B
Okay, I
for
like that. That's a really
T-Pain.
good one.
Yeah,
Okay,
and
I thought with that.
he's good. He's good people too. He used to come out here to the dub car shows a lot.
Mm.
Yeah. So let me ask you this: you performed a lot of places. What would you say would be your dream venue to perform at, and why?
Um, a dream venue to perform in?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, I bet you I want to get to the stadium. Like, I want to get to a point where I'm doing stadiums. You know what I mean? That'd be insane. But ultimately, just a venue, Madison Square Garden. I mean, I hear a lot of stuff, a lot of good things about that to perform there. But I performed in a lot of major arenas
Mm-hmm.
across the country. So I don't know. I don't have nothing like. There's no place like, oh man, I just want to perform there. I
Yeah.
don't know. It's just I just like I find out about some of these places as I get to them, like the Fillmores
Mm.
and the House of Blues, and what I'm saying, some of these arenas and some of these very well accredited venues. I'd be like, oh, I ain't know, but it's good because I could put like, all right, I know forever, no matter what. You Google that, my name at this venue that's gonna always pop up. That's gonna always be there forever.
Yes, facts. And House of Blues, you mentioned House of Blues. I love the House of Blues. They've had some of the greatest entertainers to perform there. So that's definitely a good. You're gonna like that one.
Oh yeah, vibes.
Yes. So let me ask you this: what is your creative process like? Like I said, I've done my research and I've seen you like in the studio. You seem very lit. You
Yeah.
seem lit, but you write your own music, and so like walk me to through the process of recording
So
and just writing.
a recording process typically for me is humming melodic tunes,
Mm,
trying to come up with a melody. That's ultimately the first thing that people recognize in music. So outside of the beat, we're listening for a melody. A
mm-hmm.
lot of times when I do music, when I create, because I don't write all my music anymore, but I used to. Now I open that door for people to come in, and some people, give me records that's already fully written, but I may tweak some stuff to make it fit me more. I may sing it a little
Mm,
different just to fit my lane. But
right.
yeah, my creative process is ultimately just me coming up with a melody, something that's catchy and repetitive and easy to get on.
Right.
Um, and then once I get a foundation, I start to pair the words, fit the
Mm,
words in the place in the positions. So I'll hum some shit all through the song, and whatever I like, we'll do about 4 or 5 takes of just humming, and we'll go hard. Just come with it, whatever direction, and then we'll break it down in the studio. We'll keep chopping what sounds good, and then we go back and write words, and we come up with a concept, what we want to write about, what we want to talk about, and then we just break it down from there.
so when you're writing, do you already? I know you're humming a tune, but if let's say you come up with a smashing tune, do you have someone that can immediately produce the beat, like the beat for that sound?
Nah, I'm more of a bring me the beat and then I go to the beat.
Okay.
Some people really just like they like to write, so they'll write music and they'll have a beat in their head. Whereas me, I'll see a beat and then I'll go up the beat because I will follow the beat.
Mm.
Hmm.
Okay, that makes
And
sense.
I try to one of the biggest things I feel like is part of my writing process is I'm always trying to pull something from the past. Like I'm always trying to reference an older song or reference an older melody or older idea type shit,
Mhm.
just so I can find a way to gravitate my audience or to pique someone's interest. Like, okay, cool, this song sounds familiar. Where do I know that from? Where have I heard this before? Who beat is this? This is not. Who is this? You know what I mean? And then now
Right.
you're gonna listen because you're so caught up trying to remember what song it was. Now you're forced to listen to what this song really is, and you may like it. So
Well, who are some of your music influences? Because with me seeing you perform at that tripolar tour, I saw, you had them women just going crazy. But
yeah,
again, you remind me like of like I want to say like, and don't get offended, like genuine Chris Brown type of guys that pull women in.
yeah.
Because I've been to a Chris Brown concert and I've seen him take women from the stage and bring them on and start dancing. Like, so who would you say your music influences are, or artists that you admire?
That I mean, those two are definitely two artists that I was going to name, um,
Okay.
because of the way that they, the way they structure their music, the way that they approach the music, and the way that their entertainment. I like a lot of artists. I love R&B, but I do like I listen to Eric Bellinger. I listen to Pleasure P. I listen to Jacquees, Trey
Mhm.
Songz. These are the people that I really listen to on a regular. Like no matter if I ever met these people or not, I was gonna listen to their music regardless. And even like I'm trying to think who's new that I'm popping off with. I like Blast, you know what I mean? He's pretty dope. Listen to him. I like Ty Dolla Sign. I like his band, but I like T-Pain as well. These guys
Yes.
are everybody has influenced the next generation in some way because we all emulate something about them, but we can't be them. We take bits and pieces. I
Facts.
take a little stuff from T-Pain, a little stuff from Tank, and then I bridge it all together for me. And then that's what you get. I feel is the Nick LaVelle experience.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. Like I said, me, I like if I'm when I'm going to like a concert or performing or you know doing it myself. I like to make an experience and I like to feel like, okay, I went to see this artist and I got out the house for a reason. You're doing something on stage I'm interested in, and having fun with it. So what would you say that you like mostly about being an entertainer?
The biggest thing that I love the most, and I was talking about this the other day, is being able to do something that you love in general, like just doing something that you love, and you don't have to second guess it. When you go to when people work regular jobs,
Mhm.
traditional jobs, you're going to work for a company that arguably you're not really accustomed to doing. You don't love this job. You can't love it because you're not. You are being paid to sit on your dream to help build somebody else's. But I get to build my dream, and in the process, I'm entertaining people, I'm inspiring people. Where I'm from, I'm arguably one of the best entertainers, you know what I mean, of my generation, of
Nice.
my city. And it's like all the up and coming artists that are trying to do what I do, they're all coming to me for advice.
Wow.
You know what I mean? For tips and I don't want to say that they look up to me because I hate when I make a person seem like they're looking up. No one's looking up, but they look towards me for motivation, for inspiration, for that opportunity to be like, yo, I know him. I know where he came from. I can resonate with him and I know I can reach out to him and get tips and make it make sense. So those are some of the things that I enjoy the most about entertaining. Just being able to look a young lady in her eyes and her soul and make her feel like she that chick in that moment, giving her that spotlight. I don't know what these girls be thinking. Some of these girls may not have ever met a guy
That's
like
true.
me, or may have met plenty of guys like me, but the way I come off may be just something that they really, really endure. So it's dope. It's dope because, like I said, you get to touch and connect with so many people in so many different ways, and then you're off to the next city, and it's like you're doing it all over again with another group of people. But you're touching people all over the country, all over the world.
Damn, that's real. No, like seriously, that has definitely got to be a great experience. And I'm sure you met some amazing people because we started the conversation with Eric Bellinger and Sammy and some other people. But what would you say the best advice that you've been given by someone that was um more established and been doing it much longer than you?
Um, when I met Trey Songz, it was like the advice was, it was more so of an all, because this is what it is.
Hmm.
We grow up looking towards these people because we look at their celebrities, they make great music, we look at their persona, we
Hmm.
look at everything that they embody as individuals, and we love it because we like, damn, I want the women and I want everybody to cater to me the way they cater to this guy. What do I got to do?
Right.
You know what I mean? You never think like, all right, 10, 15 years ago, oh, I'm gonna be chilling with Chris Brown or Trey Songz, and they're gonna be giving me advice or literally just chopping it up with me about my performances. And that's what happened. I did a show in Charlotte, and Trey Songz had just walked in because he was Jacquees was gonna bring him out during his set. So I was opening up the show, and Trey Songz had walked in literally right when I was about to get on stage. And his camp was just walking in, and they seen the show. And I remember BG, who was a Jacquees DJ, telling me
Hmm.
to turn up, but I was doing that anyway. I didn't know what was going on. But I snapped on stage. Like I was in, like the show was nuts. So when I got off the stage, I was just backstage, getting myself together, got my shirt off, I'm just vibing. I see Trey Songz walk in. He kind of like hit me with the like, yo, let me holler at you. And I was like, oh shit. So, like just to have that off the
Hmm.
drip, just him telling me to come here was like, okay, whoa, whoa. And he gets to talking to me just like, yo, like just explaining to me what he witnessed, how he, loved the show, and what he think I could do to take it to the next level, and then all what he think that I'm missing. And it was just like I said,
Oh.
ultimately not like it's advice, but it's more so words of encouragement. You know what I mean? Like, yo, you got it, my nigga. Like, you just need this little piece right here to connect, and you good. So
You know what? That I feel like that's priceless. You're right. Absolutely. Like for
yeah,
someone that you admire to tell you what you think that what how they think you could be better, I don't think it gets any better than that. So
yeah, because when you hear about these people, we hear about a lot of their personal shit, and it's
yeah,
like I've always been good at separating the two. What you do in your personal life, as long as you ain't out here really harming anyone, I don't got nothing to do with that shit. It ain't got nothing to do with me. But when it comes to the music shit and me to perfect my craft, to eventually become a better artist, which will take me to the next level, that will bring in more financial gains and more sponsorships and more partnerships with different companies, which will
mhm,
also create more revenue for me and my business and to be able to provide for my family. I'm gonna listen. You know what I mean? I'm gonna listen to what you say. I'm listening to what anybody say, and I try to apply it in ways that I feel that it needs to be applied and
right.
things of that nature.
And how do you juggle being, your everyday life and then being a musician? Because, like you said earlier, it's definitely it has to be some type of balance. When you say,
Yeah, it is. It's a balance. It all depends on what you're doing, though. Um,
okay,
I have a really good support system. So you know, I'm a father. The mother of my children, they're very understanding. And it wasn't always like this. We had to get to a point where I had to, they had to just see that for themselves. Like, they're very supportive of everything I do, and having that is dope because kids, they don't really understand. Like, for the most part, they know, okay, daddy's on the road, daddy's doing this, but they don't know
right,
exactly what's going on. Like, they don't understand what type of sacrifice it takes. So it's definitely a challenge, but when you're chasing a dream, it's gonna require sacrifices. To be successful, it requires sacrifice. That's just what it is. So you have to
right,
figure out what's going to be the sacrifice. That's how you find the balance. Because you can't do everything. You can't be a full time dad and work a full time job and try to pursue music full time and still be in a relationship. And it gets up there. So that's why everything, like I said, to be successful, it definitely takes sacrifices, and it takes a lot of work and understanding. So like I said, I'm very blessed that I'm in the position to be balanced the way I am.
and I like that. I think it's a very important question to ask because I try to look for real things that people can relate to, and I know with Hollywood, it's like you see glitz and glam. You just see people going on tour. Oh, Nick just got it going on. He going on tour. He ain't got to worry
Right.
about nothing. No, All you
Not
gotta do
knowing how
is
much this shit costs, nothing.
exactly. So to hear you say that, and when I interview and people be real about that, I appreciate that
That's a
because
fact.
it's definitely a big balance. And who would you say? I don't want to just make it seem like it's just one person, but what? Who is someone that's really just been by your side on this journey that you just absolutely like? I mean, the first person you probably think when you get your Grammy or whatever,
Man, I mean,
besides God,
like I said, it's not really one person. It's like
right?
like my mom, she's always been like super supportive from the beginning.
That's a blessing.
Everything, support every show, bought merchandise, bought CDs, did everything. My right hand man, Diggs, he been there from the beginning, the very beginning. He believed in me. My young boy, Miles X Dope, he definitely another individual. You know what I'm saying? These are people that's been there from the beginning, that
Wow.
see me win contests and see me do shows and seen the ups and downs of this shit, and have seen how this shit really be panning out. But yeah, them the people that I'm like, oh man, if some shit really go down and I
Mhm.
nigga get a Grammy or something, them the people I'm like, oh yeah, y'all gotta come with me because y'all was here from the beginning. Y'all knew exactly what the fuck was going on. Y'all knew how much shit was costing. Y'all was seeing me just moving and shaking this bitch.
That's real, man. Hey, you mentioned showcases. I'm so sorry. I gotta tap in with this one because I just have this is just something that I've been observing. Okay. I noticed with a lot of showcases, I don't know about the ones that you've been to,
Uh-huh.
but a lot of the showcases, you're basically just performing for your peers when you're an underground artist.
Uh-huh.
How do you feel about the showcases where there's not A&Rs and labels? I mean, do you think that's beneficial to an underground artist career if you're constantly just doing showcases, but there's not,
So it's
come
like
and go?
this. It's anything in life, it's repetition, it's practice,
Mm-hmm.
it's opportunities for you to perfect your craft. So if you do 100 showcases, by the time you get to the showcases that really hold weight, you're gonna be dominant, you're gonna be confident, you're gonna be fully prepared, overly prepared. And a lot of times I think that's what made my entertainment aspect more dynamic. A lot of people, we want to skip certain shit and go to the big stages. I've
Mm,
seen it happen all the time. It don't look the same. Now, if you just got to give, it is what it is.
right.
Even I see it like this, real shit. I'd have been able to move crowds with no hit record, no recognizable record,
Hmm.
and I watch people with hit records not be able to move the crowd the way I move because I did the little shit. I did the small showcases in the middle of the hood in the in like Philly and Detroit and Cleveland doing the hooded shows and
Whoa.
not giving a fuck. All right, we in that bitch thugging it. You know what I mean? So that's why I be like, I don't think it don't hold no value, but I feel like when you're doing them showcases, it's practice. And it's an opportunity for you to really see who fuck with you. Because my showcase I used to go to, I used to try to invite, they had like you gotta bring 10 people. So I always be, I need 10 people to come out tonight. You know what
Hmm.
I mean? That's all right. I need 10. Who are my 10 at? And I'll get 10 people to come. They gotta pay $20. But if you get 10 people to come pay $20 for you to perform, there go 10 fans right there. Now you got a fan base.
Right.
You to convince 10 people to go. Now if you switch it up every week, I'm gonna do the showcase every motherfucking month. Every month I'm doing the showcase every week. And I'm bringing 10 people. Yeah, I mean, that right there, that just grows to show like, okay, you know how to sell yourself. You know how to market yourself. You know how to put yourself in position to make moves and better moves. You know what I mean?
Right. That's good. I think it you have a very good self-awareness of yourself and you think very positive because not all the time is someone able to see it that way. Like it looks like, oh, I'm wasting my time. This ain't doing much for my career, but to look at it like it's practice, I mean, that's really good advice. So what type of advice would you give to someone that's looking up to you, Nick, and that's like, I want to be a singer. I don't know why I necessarily want to be a singer. You make it look good and easy. What
Right,
do I
right,
need to
right.
do, man, to start?
Man, honestly, just to go back to what you said, I'm always trying to push the narrative of positivity. I've always
Mhm.
been the individual that see the light in the good in every situation. You could give me some shit, and I'm gonna find a way to make it smell good. Like I don't know how, but I'm gonna figure it out. But my advice to people has always been build a core team and make sure people are aware of their positioning. That be the killer. You got so many people that's gonna be on your wave, then they're gonna fall off. And then if you pop, a lot of people gonna come back. You gotta
Mm.
just weave out the you gotta weave out the bullshit. And I think early on you need to find people need to find individuals who share a common interest, and the common interest has to be being successful. If your friends are gonna come, if you pulling up to the club with all these niggas because you doing a rap, every single nigga in here should be an asset, not a liability. If I bring you around, I shouldn't have to worry about the nigga I'm with getting into a fight with somebody, or a chick I bring thinking she could, talk to niggas crazy. You gotta
Right.
control or set the tone for your team. Give niggas assignments. What's the point of coming on tour? For what? What you gonna do? If you're not gonna add value, it ain't no point. So yeah, getting a core team is important. I will also say getting your logistics in order, making sure your business is correct. Make sure your name is, if you got a certain name you want to go by, trademark your name, patent your name, copyright your name. Making sure your music and everything is all registered correctly. Understand the business before you get out there spending money. Do your fucking research. Everybody think, oh, I could rap, oh, I could sing, I'm just gonna jump in it. No, this shit is 10% talent, 90% business. They don't give a fuck if you can sing or rap. What they care about is, can you produce numbers. That is, can you bring people out? Can you sell? And that's honestly, some of the most sound advice I give people. I don't give people advice on music. I give people advice on life, because that's
Right.
what it comes down to. You need to make sure your life is in order, because even if you don't reach the goals that you wanted out of the music, the fans and the fan base that you create on this journey may turn, something else into something
Right.
more lucrative for you. And I feel like that's happened for me. The journey of me chasing music have created a fan base that ultimately gravitated towards some of my other business entities that they use, and that they, some of the other services that I provide outside of music that allow me to, to find, a lucrative situation out of it.
Right.
So me, in the sense, it's like shit. I won't lose when it comes to music, because
Mm.
I garnish such a large following that, or a retention, what I mean, a receptive following, somebody that comes back and buys the product and buys the services and things like that. But I don't want to be too lengthy with what I'm trying to explain. But I just, in a nutshell, that's kind of how I move when I give advice.
No, that was good advice. It's totally fine. Trust me. I live for moments like these. I do not like to wrap up an interview and I feel like no one got anything from it. I'm a substance person, so it's very important because people come back and watch it and they ask questions. So it's important to me. So, but before I wrap this up, I have to ask you, because I would just be wrong to not inquire about the whole well.
Yeah.
I saw the merch. It's dope. So how did that come about? Where can people find the merch? All that good stuff.
Well, the site is still under development.
Okay.
We had it up. I had like because even me, like, I'm like you said, I'm so busy. I gotta hire people. I have to put people in position to make shit happen because I'm so busy. So whole well just came about, just messing around, just coming up with some funny scenario shit. And we made it. It was something that ultimately it started off derogative, and then I kind of shifted the narrative. My definition, true definition of whole well is being freelancing, being free, being unapologetic, doing shit without the resentment. Like, fuck it, I did it. It is what it is. I own it. I'm
Right.
a man. I stand on that shit. You know what I mean? Hey, oh well, fuck it. We'll live. You know what I mean? We didn't. Did you die, motherfucker? Did you die? You
Right.
feel me?
That is funny. So when will the site? Do you have any idea when the site will be up? If
Yeah,
just in
yeah.
case somebody
I
wanna.
got somebody working on it now, but the
Okay.
site you can still go there and view some of the stuff. Some of the merchandise, we have some stuff still in stock. It's
Okay.
shop howelinc.com. So
Nice.
yeah, I'll definitely send it to you so you can if you want to put it in the video. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
because I saw the bathing suits.
Yeah, the bathing suits. Yeah, yeah. We gonna re-rock. We gonna
See,
come back. We gonna re-rock it.
and I was like, okay, Miss Blue need one of those. I need mine to be blue with the black letters. You think you can make that happen?
Definitely.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. So, Nick, I think I have really picked your mind. I think I've asked everything I could think of. Was there anything I didn't ask?
No, I mean you
I just
asked the
want to
stuff.
make because you got this tour, and that's very, very
Yeah,
important.
I'm very appreciative. Even when I do interviews, I love when people ask certain questions. I like that to be different. I don't want it to be like, oh, I mean, I want your fans, my fans come together and just see a dope product that we put together. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, that's just what it comes down to. You know what I mean? Black owned. So I'm full of support. You know what I mean?
Thank you. Same here. I'm definitely going to mark my calendar out for that Houston.
April
The Houston.
13th,
Yes, and
Wednesday.
I'm gonna post on my page as well to let my people out here know because
That'll
they
work.
always looking for concerts and comedy shows. We're big. We're a big hub for music and
Oh yeah, I'm already
laughter.
aware. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, you already know. So keep in contact and I really appreciate you. I'll be streaming. Y'all make sure you're streaming Bad Bitch and all of his music on all streaming platforms. Just
Please, please,
stream.
I appreciate it.